Hello. Excuse me. Welcome to Bay of Funny Fortunes. I'm Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, and a visionary as well, and a bunch of other things too. Anyways, I'm here this evening to do the mid-month general reading for the time period of June 15th through to June the 30th, 2018, for the sign of Scorpio. Let's get right into your shuffle, shall we? This is your 5-card spread. And we're looking to see what's going on for your overall energy, your finances, your hearth, your home, and intimate love, your challenges, if there be any, may there be few, and your message from Spirit. I'm sorry that I was not here and to do the monthly readings for June. I have medical issues. We'll just leave it at that. Anytime I'm not here, it's because I can't be here. So if readings are late or missing, that's why. What's going on for Scorpio? Can't believe we're coming into July soon. Feels like we're still back in, that feels like April. Feels like early May. Cold everywhere. Freak storms, all snow, hail, low temperatures. We've been getting frost warnings for every morning for June so far. Wake up in the morning to frost. We're taking our plants in. It's crazy. Okay, one more run here, and then I want to cut the deck. And I'm going to consult with Pendulum. As this deck stands, at the top 5 cards, the cards that are meant for this general free public reading for the sign of a Scorpio and any Scorpios that are viewing this reading. Are these the top 5 cards that are meant for this spread? Are these the top 5 cards that are meant for this spread? Thank you. You may stop. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to let you guys see the spread while I'm laying it out. Your very first card, your overall energy. Oh my, the Tower, destruction. Big changes coming up. Huge ones for you, Scorpio. And then we're looking at the 7 of Swords, loss. Your financial sector, not good either. Sorry, you can't see them. Here we go. Your next card we're looking at here is the 9 of Wands, all about defense. That's within the family sector. What the heck's going on for you guys, Scorpio? Geez, I cringe sometimes when it comes to doing your cards. I really do. Because I never know. I don't know. There's always a surprise, an element of shock or something here. Your next card is the first 3. Yeah, weren't bad enough. Then we've got your challenges. And we're looking at, okay, 2 of Cups, partnership. And your final card, card number 5, is your message from Spirit. And we've got the 7 of Wands, and it seems fitting at this point in time in the reading. Endurance. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your spread. Okay. There we go. Okay. Overall energy, the Tower and destruction, usually bringing about, for some of you, it's a general reading, may not mean a darn thing to you at all, now or ever. But it means some to some, something to some of you. And when you see things like this going down, this is not meant for everybody that's viewing the reading. Not at all. Everybody's life isn't going to go through a huge major change or shift. Just some of you are. And some of you, when this card comes up, it shows the state of mind is, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me, well, that's not my state of mind. But it shows that you're feeling like, for some of you, that your world is falling apart. You have absolutely no control to stop it. Nothing that you can do. It just is what it is, and you just stand and watch it fall apart around you. That's how you're feeling. You're just feeling everything's out of your control. There's going to be some earth-shattering shock for somebody as well. But following the shock, what the shock is doing is bringing you some kind of a breakthrough of sorts. Some kind of enlightening moment. And the breakthrough is unleveling the playing field in your favor. That's what's happening here. This breakthrough is going to be a very it's going to change the way you look at the world. It's going to change the way you look at life. There's going to be some profound molding going on there from lessons and experience. Experience is really starting to, it's put a different, I can't find the right words to describe what I'm trying to say to you. There's just this imprint that's going to be made on you. This is just an experience. This is an imprint on molding who you are. And you're going to be feeling very vulnerable after that, because you're going to be going, this has changed me, and I know this has brought about a life change for me. And you're going to be feeling vulnerable, but you're not. You're not vulnerable at all. You're just feeling that way because what the hell is going on? This is for somebody out there in particular. What the hell is going on? You know, a week ago my life was one way for a long time, and in a week's time my whole life is feeling this huge shift and this change going on. And you're thinking, you're feeling like a sitting duck. Well, this can happen to somebody, you know, in such a short time period. Jesus, anything could happen, right? That's what you're feeling. And because of what somebody's going to go through, you probably have every right to be feeling that way. So there's a feeling of self-protection around you as well. Here's the thing, and feel lucky for this. This is one of these roller coaster moments where you're climbing and you go, you crash, and you start climbing back up again. You're going to level out. There will be a plateau, but you're going to be given all the resources. You're going to have all the resources and all the tools that you need to rebuild in your life whatever has fallen. All right. This isn't the end of the road. Not at all. Just another chapter in your life. But it's not the end of the road. You're going to get back what you've lost or what you feel that you've lost. You will restore the balance back into your life. The advice from Tarot is for you to surrender to the universe and give up your control at this point. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just give up control to the universe. You're going to be adopting a new way of, new ways of thinking, a new way of living, and just a brand new way of relating to the world around you in general, to the people that you know, just to the world in general. You're going to be relating in a different way. Something is going to change for somebody here. Your keywords are breakdowns, endings, chaos for some, feeling of surrender, I give up, leave it in the hands of the universe, don't just give up. Breakthroughs, beginnings, and this is a good thing for you. Enlightenment over the next 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of the month. A sense of enlightenment, You won't be an inexperienced person anymore. You'll have been kind of put through something. You're caught on this wave and you got put through something, but you come out the other end and you're smarter for it. You've matured because of it. It's been very enlightening, if nothing else. You're seeing the world quite differently, therefore it is enlightening. Your second card, number 2, is 7 of Swords, and it's the Thief card of Tarot. So you need to be very, very careful. All right? You need to be careful with your finances. When your intuition tells you not to trust, listen to it. Do not trust. Follow your gut instinct. When it comes to serious monetary situations, when it comes to money, making money, saving money, keeping money, investing money, don't go by hearsay. If you feel a little lost on which way to go, what it is that you want to do, and it's foreign to you, you know nothing about, like, say, investing money. Don't take somebody else's word as pure fact written in stone. You could be led astray that way. Other people could make mistakes with your money. No sweat off their backs. Didn't cost them anything. All they did was give advice, and you followed. Well, you shouldn't do that. When it comes to this kind of a serious monetary situations here, you got to do your own fact finding, okay? And that way, if it all goes south and turns sour on you, then what you will end up doing is you just blame yourself and nobody else. Blame bad timing, but you're not blaming anybody else. So you need to do all the legwork yourself. Be very careful which way you're moving. Do your homework. At this time as well, you're being advised by Tarot to please remove yourself from negative people and negative situations for a little while. Some of you may have been dealing with something like this, dealing with negative people. There's always a naysayer you're feeling. For some of you, there's always a naysayer, no matter where I go, what I'm doing, and I'm only trying to improve things. I'm trying to get things better, to work like a well-oiled wheel, a well-greased wheel. And what's so difficult about that, right? And there's always naysayers going, you can't do that because of this. You can't do that because of that. Why? And they say, well, because of this or because of that. It's got to do with me. I'm going to go ahead and go with this, and you need to do that. You need to go ahead and go with it. Never mind the negative people. They're going to be holding you back. Also, use the Whiffam theory in reverse as well. Instead of on yourself, you set up what's in it for me, it's what's in it for them. Anybody that's offering you services or offering to do things for you, especially when it comes to the money, you got to be careful with what you're doing. So your instincts are saying don't trust. Your instincts are saying don't give this to anybody else, take care of. I need to take care of this myself, and you should. It's your baby. When you're making investments, that's yours. It's your project. These are your plans. They're not anybody else's. You need to do the legwork yourself. It's going to take more time out of your day. It's going to put more work on your shoulders. But in the bigger picture, you'll be thinking and saying to yourself, thank heavens that I did that, because it turned out to be well worth it. So that's working. That's going to work in your favor. But be on guard against theft of any kind, and theft from negative people when they're stealing your energies and draining your energies. You know, somebody like that can just turn your day upside down. You don't need that. Don't let that happen. Stay away from people like that. Feelings of general insecurity financially for a little bit. Feelings of mistrust, and feeling again like a lot of self-protection that's going on there in your money area. But there's somebody there that you got a funny feeling about. It just doesn't smell right. Not to trust, as they say. Not to trust. Your next card, your third card. We're looking at problems in the home. Maybe not everybody not getting along like they normally do, because this card's all about defense. Again, this feeling of feeling very protective. You're building this wall around you. It's not a cold wall to shut out the world and shut everybody out, but you've got this wall of protection up just in case. Sometimes there's an overkill in that area, and I'm feeling that for you guys. A bit of an overkill. You're going too far with it. It's okay to be on your guard. It's okay to question the motives of others and all the things that tarot is bringing to your attention. It's okay for that. But you don't put the whole world on shutdown because of feeling that feeling of protection is an overkill. There's too much of it. You're doing too much of it. Pull it in a little bit. Thin away the layers a little bit. Some of you are holding on to the past as well from fear. Afraid to move forward. You are your own worst enemy. I've said this before. You're only going to be as wonderful or as good or as great as you allow yourself to be. If you put on limitations on yourself, you're never going to move beyond that. You decide how wonderful, how good, how great you're going to be. And if you've got fear standing in the way, you aren't going to be much of anything. You're going to stunt, you're going to stagnate. Static, not going anywhere, nothing's happening. And that can very well happen to anybody. We get into a period where nothing is happening. There's no change, there's no growth. It's the same old. We've done that to ourselves. All right? And it's usually from fear. Allowing new things and new people, new places, new experiences to come into our life. We're afraid of the unknown. But you're here and you're alive and you have to partake. Are bad things going to happen to you from time to time? Yes, they will. But if you're living a good life, a good, clean, healthy life, there can be more good in your life. You bring it in. Again, you're only as happy in your everyday life as you allow yourself to be. It's just that simple. There's nothing complicated about it, and people try to make it complicated. Why am I not happy? Do you ever stop and look at yourself? Would you want you as a friend if you're always down in the mouth and you were depressed and you were negative? You were just, not the person that people gravitate towards. There's something about you that you need to correct. You need to examine and you need to analyze and show the world what a beautiful soul you have. What are you afraid of? You get stronger. Your shell gets thicker as you grow older. Yes, things happen to us, but we have to still appreciate the gift of life that we have. Then we have to live that gift. All right. You got to take care of the fear. That's what you have to do here. Protect what is yours, especially when it comes to your intimate life and your relationships. Be very protective. These are like precious jewels. The people in your life are all precious jewels. And protect the relationship that you have with them and handle them with care is what I'm hearing for some of you. You're also being encouraged at this time. You need to free up some mental space for your future and future plans. Your little file folder going up there with things that you want to accomplish. So you have a bucket list or you have goals. List them in priorities. Scratch them off as you go because you're going to be busy doing them. And it's the best thing and the best place for you to be right now is to be looking at your future. You need to put your focus there, Scorpio. Looking at your future, your long-term future. Being realistic about that. Keeping your goals realistic so they're achievable as well is very important. Your keywords for this card are being determined. It's very good. Challenges. Do not be afraid of challenges. Challenges are just situations that you haven't met yet. That's all they are. And you'll deal with them when you get to them. Can't do it all at once. In its due time. Sacrifices will be made. Hard work. If there's that rigidity and fear, you need to learn to bend a little bit. Like the trees in the wind. Bend a little bit. You can't be rigid. Not in the world today. Nobody can be rigid. You don't fit in if you're going to be like that. You won't fit into anything. You'd be like that square peg trying to fit in a round hole and you won't fit. You can't be rigid in this day and age. Now, The next cup here are cups. Yes, it's cups. The next card here is your challenges. All right. For the last 2 weeks of June 2018. This card can bring basically a benefit to all relationships at this time. Usually the overall meaning of the Two of Cups is a partnership to last a lifetime. Some of you are in, some of you are hoping for, some of you are looking for. It depends who you are. It means something different to everybody. Whoever it is in your life, and you know they're always going to be there. Always, no matter what, they're going to be there. Kind of like the family, they're always going to be family. They're always going to be your relative. But this card does bring benefits in that way. Any fallings out that you've had in the family structure, now's the time for you to set things right. That's going to be your challenge for the last 2 weeks. You need to make a promise to yourself, because come the last 2 weeks of June, by the time July rolls around, make yourself a promise to right these wrongs, settle these oppositions. Anybody you're on the outs with, try to clear that up. Now's the time to do it within the next couple of weeks for you. Make promises. Stick to your commitments as well. It could be engagements followed by weddings for somebody here. Emotional investments being made into other beings with love. There's going to be healing as well. This is a lovely healing card for anybody that is needing healing. And you can also take comfort in knowing this card shows up, and you must believe this, sour-minded or not, from the shock and enlightenment that you're going to be dealing with for some of you. This card tells you, and it reassures you, and you need to believe this, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Don't lose your perspective. When you lose your perspective, you lose your vision, and you become, what you're seeing is slanted and not true when you get like that. And you've got to take things and say, it is what it is. These things are what they are. This is what I need to deal with. This is reality. I must stay grounded and real. All right? So that's coming forward for you as well. Your advice is to trust your relationships at this time. Your keywords are soulmates and karma, love, intimacy, connection, healing, and union of two people. Partnership to last a lifetime. And your final card in this reading and your message from Spirit is the Seven of Wands, and you're going to need the endurance to get through the next 2 weeks for some of you that this resonates with. All right? Some of you may find yourself fighting for a relationship. Some of you may find yourself fighting for a position at a job, in the family lineup, the hierarchy, fighting for your love, intimate love, relationship. You may feel like you're on shaky grounds at this time. One thing that, because I'm feeling a lot of emotion, even though this is Wands, I'm feeling a lot of emotion attached to this card is your message from Spirit. And you're being reminded to not at the expense of anything give up your integrity. Not for anything, ever. Never, never. You don't give up your integrity. Diggity. And you guys are going to be my last reading for tonight. And that puts me behind by 6 readings, but oh well, I can't talk. Last 2 readings. But it's going to find you also wanting to jump to the defense of other people. There's something in you that drives you to jump to the defense of other people, that you're defending them. I'm not sure what that is, but your integrity is riding very high. There's a lot of passion behind your integrity with this act of defending other people. The advice of this card for you Scorpios to be clear in all your communications. And once you get your communications and all cards are on the table and nothing's being held back here, then you can go ahead and you can barter. You can negotiate back and forth. You can reason, come to agreements. As long as everything is above board and on the table, this will be what you'll be doing. So then you can negotiate. Don't let out too much until you know that the way's been cleared for you to come forth with your honesty, your truth, and your story. We're looking here at well as taking the higher moral ground if you have to. Do what's right. That's being encouraged. Do what's right, no matter what it is that you're involved in. Your keywords and final words on your reading are defense and protection, opposition, territory, force, and resistance. You could be the pure resistance, but you could be facing resistance as well to your plans, to your thoughts, to your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, what you want to accomplish. That's your reading, Scorpio. I hope that you got something from that. I hope it gave you a bit of direction. It gave you a bit of a heads up and left you with hope. For everybody else, thank you for being part of the channel. Thank you for everything, really, that comes with being part of a channel, the comments, the likes, and the shares, and all the good stuff. If you haven't joined the channel, please do. That way you won't miss any future videos from Bay of Fundy Fortunes. You can also find us on the Sometimes Hated Facebook as well. Under groups, Bay of Fundy Fortunes. It is a closed and it is a private group. And just while I'm thinking about it, I'll throw it in. I'm not burning any candles tonight, Michelle. Let's see, I gotta stop. I gotta get off and go to bed. What is it? It's 2:01 a.m. for God's sake. Natalie, go to bed and shut up. Oh, you're going to have to twist my rubber arm tonight on that. I'm tired now. Michelle. Okay. Intuitive Candles. Go to intuitivecandles.com. They're having a sale. As far as I know, it's still on. I haven't heard any different. There's a 10% discount on all orders right now. If you use the promo code, write it down, or just think about the channel. It's BOFF number 10. So that stands for Bay of Fundy Fortunes. And the number 10 is your 10% off. So if you use the BOFF and the 10, that'll get you 10% off any order with Intuitive Candles at www.intuitivecandles.com. All right, moving on. If you'd like to have a private reading, if you like the reading you just saw, I offer that service. Look down below in the Show More section and read through. Grab the email. Simple as that. Send it off. I'll get you taken care of as soon as I can. And for everybody else, if you're looking for me, if you don't find me here in my spot in the world, Bay of Fundy Fortunes, you can usually find me these days walking down at the cove, walking along the water's edge, walking on the beach along the water's edge, that bring in the highest tides in the world, the beautiful and the bountiful Bay of Fundy. And no matter where you find me, chances are you're going to catch me waiting with one eye, waiting on the next high tide, because I'm a high tide junkie. That's why I like the high tides. They're dramatic. And when the tides are receding, they become a little dramatic till they get out so far. Just a little fun fact. Anyway, when I will sit and watch them, that's what I see. Anyways, keep the peace in, please, so you can share that love out and the light out. And smile at somebody today. Hold the door open. Say good morning. Nice day. Just to show that we're still civil within this world. Stay strong. Hope to see y'all back here for July. I hope to be back here for July. Hope you guys are too. Bye for now.